This is file 24-21886-FH and 25-22118-FH, People versus Emily Kristen Flores. We are here today for a pretrial conference in this case, and we are proceeding today by video conference. First, let me ask the attorneys to place their appearances on the record.
Alex Bayanetto for the People.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Amadeo, P7619, for on behalf of Ms. Flores. We consent and appreciate to be on Zoom. Emily, please state your name for the court so I know it is you present.
Emily Flores.
Okay. Ms. Flores, I can see that you're driving a car. I can't continue this hearing while you're driving.
I'm getting ready to park right now, Your Honor. I'm trying to pull off to where it's safe. I couldn't just stop where I was. I apologize.
Let me know when you're parked.
I'm parked.
Are you parked?
Yes.
Okay. She's parked, Judge.
All right. And you are Emily Kristen Flores, correct?
Correct.
All right. Mr. Amadeo, where do we stand with Ms. Flores' case today?
Your Honor, the People and I did reach a resolution. We sent over the plea and sentence agreement. Ms. Clark also sent me advice of rights, which I sent over to your court and with a sentencing memo. She's ready to plead today no contest to count one with a Killebrew agreement of no upfront jail and probation. The justification for the no contest plea is civil litigation. And I believe that's all in your file, Judge. I think it was sent over yesterday, Your Honor. And if I spoke incorrectly, Mr. Bayonet, let me know, but I think I covered it.
No, I think you're correct.
All right. I've got the plea agreement and the sentencing memorandum. Don't see an advice of rights form. So, Mr. Amadeo, I need you to follow up and resend that or just make, I think we've got it.
No problem, Judge.
Okay, so we do have a signed advice of rights form as well. All right, Ms. Flores, would you raise your right hand, please? Kelsey. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty for perjury?
Yes, I do.
And you are Emily Kristen Flores, correct?
Yes.
Ms. Flores, you've heard the statement of your attorney and the prosecuting attorney. Is it your intention to plead guilty today to count one in file 25-22118-FH, malicious destruction of fire or police property?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, it's no contest.
Oh, I apologize. You're pleading no contest to that. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Do you understand that the maximum possible penalty for that offense is up to 4 years in prison and or a $5,000 fine?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with Mr. Amadeo and the advice that he's given you? I'm sorry, if you answered, I was not able to hear it.
Yeah.
Neither the prosecutor, defendant, or anyone acting on the defendant's behalf has discussed a possible sentence with the court other than as we've discussed it on the record here today. Is that correct, Mr. Bayanetto?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Amadeo?
That's Your Honor.
I'm sorry, your connection wasn't great. Could you say that again?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Is that also your understanding, Ms. Flores?
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't able to understand that.
Yeah.
If a guilty plea is accepted, there'll be no trial. That means you're giving up the rights that you would have had at trial. I'm going to explain those to you now to make sure that you understand them. You do have the right to a speedy public trial by jury. You could ask for a non-jury trial, and if the prosecutor and the court agreed, you could have a non-jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have the prosecuting attorney prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you were guilty, and you do not have to prove anything. You have the right to be present at your trial, to have the witnesses against you appear at your trial, and to ask those witnesses questions. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses that you have for your defense to appear at your trial. You have the right to remain silent during your trial and not have that silence used against you. However, you also have the right to testify at your trial if you wanted to testify. You understand, Ms. Flores, that if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that any appeal from the conviction and sentence pursuant to your plea would be by application for leave to appeal and not by right.
Yes, sir, I do.
If you are not a citizen of the United States of America, conviction of a crime could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States of America, or denial of naturalization. Do you have any questions about any of your rights?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
Do you understand that you are giving those rights up?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead then to in file 25-22118-FH to the charge that on or about December 23rd, 2024 in the city of Adrian, County of Lenawee, that you did commit the offense of malicious destruction of fire or police property?
No contest.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to you to induce you to plead no contest to that charge?
No.
Do you understand that if I accept the plea, you're giving up any and all claims that the plea was given as a result of threats or promises that were not disclosed to the court on the record this morning, or that it was not your own choice to enter that plea?
Yes, I do.
Is the prosecutor or defense counsel aware of any promises, threats, or inducements other than the plea bargain to induce Ms. Flores to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Flores, other than as we've talked about on the record today, has your attorney promised you any particular sentence or estimated what your sentence would be?
No, Your Honor.
If your plea is accepted and you engage in misconduct, the court will not be bound by any sentencing agreement or evaluation. Misconduct includes but is not limited to absconding, failing to appear at sentencing, violating bond conditions, violating the terms of any plea or sentence agreement, or otherwise failing to comply with an order of the court pending sentencing. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Is it your own choice to plead no contest today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Amadeo, do you want to cover the factual basis?
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Bayonetto has a police report he was going to read from.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
yes,
go ahead.
Your Honor. Mr. Amadeo and I discussed that yesterday, Your Honor. Reading from Police Report 240014292 from the Adrian Police Department, Your Honor, had this matter proceeded to trial, the people would have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that on or about December 23rd of 2024, a multitude of Adrian police officers were dispatched to Ms. Flores's residence in regards to a domestic violence call. After interviewing multiple parties involved in that scenario, officers did determine that there was probable cause to arrest Ms. Flores for domestic violence. During that arrest, Your Honor, there was obviously a scuffle with a few of the officers as seen in the charges. However, once Ms. Flores was successfully placed in the car, she began to headbutt the plexiglass partition between the front row of the police car and the back row of the police car. That action of headbutting the plexiglass did end up shattering it, requiring a bill or a repair estimate of $261. I believe that does satisfy all of the elements for malicious destruction of police and fire property.
All right, Mr.
I would concur,
Amadeo.
Your Honor.
Okay.
I agree, Your Honor. I think the elements are covered.
All right. Has the court complied with MCR 6.302 B, C, and D, Mr. Bayonetto?
I believe it has, Your Honor.
Mr. Amadeo?
Yes, Judge, you have.
All right, I'll accept the plea then. It's been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. Ms. Flores has had full knowledge of her rights, and she has had confidence. The court has not made any agreement regarding possible plea or sentence in this case, other than as we discussed on the record. here today. I am referring this matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation, and we'll set sentencing for July 3rd at 8:15 a.m.
I'm sorry, it was July 3rd.
Correct.
Thank you.
So I missed it. So the other file's dismissed?
The charges in the other file are being dismissed pursuant to plea.
Thank you.
Judge, we also had the contempt on Ms. Flores for when she registered on a remote breath back on March 25th. But she has not had any positive blows since that test. So with that, I mean, I'm okay with that being dismissed.
Right. What I'll do is hold off until the sentencing hearing, and if we still haven't had any issues with respect to that, I'll dismiss it at that time.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mr. Coast.
I need her address.
All right. Don't say it. I'm going to put you in a breakout session with Ms. Holly, and she'll collect your information and tell you what you need to do next.
4 months.
Thank you, Judge.
I lost my job. Quit my job. Back to the job. I quit my job.
Emily, make sure you don't talk right now.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you.
Mr. Amadeo, did you want to be in that breakout session with Ms. Holly? And
No, I'm fine, Your Honor. Thank you. I will just, as long as she's good to go, I'll excuse myself. Thank you, Judge.
okay, thank you. Ms. Ms. Underwood, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Moore? Apparently, Ms. Underwood is, oh, there she is. All right, Ms. Underwood, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Moore?
Yes, I apologize for getting kicked out.
This is file 20-19796-FH and 20-19849-FH, People versus Anthony Harris Moore. We are here today for hearing on a probation violation, and we're proceeding today by video conference. Ms. Underwood, do you want to place your appearance on the record?
Rhonda Underwood for Mr. Moore, Your Honor.
All right, and how are we proceeding with Mr. Moore's case today?
I would ask the court to continue the not guilty plea. Mr. Moore owes a total of, I think it's $552 on these files, Your Honor. And we would ask for maybe 3-4 weeks. I know he's prepared to make like $100 payment today, and we would like 3 or 4 weeks to work on this and get this paid off, Your Honor. I don't believe the probation department. I've discussed it with Miss Holly. I don't believe she has any objection.
No, he just needs to keep calling me.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like he owes the one case, looks like he's down to 355 and the other case 198.
All right, I will adjourn this then to June 25th at 8:15.
June 25th?
Correct.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can I say something real quick?
I don't know if Ms. Underwood wants you to speak directly to the court. I'd leave it in her hands.
Mr. Moore?
I only get paid every 2 weeks, so I can do my best to get that paid within, 4 weeks, but I only get paid every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna do my best, but
All right, I understand that. What I'm gonna be looking for is just that you're making consistent payments and that we're moving in the right direction.
okay, sounds good. What was the court date again? I'm sorry, June?
June 25th.
June 25th.
June
At 8:15?
25th at 8:15.
Okay, awesome.
Call me.
All right, I went to Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay, all right, will do. Miss Underwood, I'm gonna go.
Yes,
Yeah, you can log out, Mr. Moore. Okay, Ms. Underwood, Mr. Boss is here in the courtroom. Do you need to speak to him?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Boss, can you come forward to the podium, please? This is file 25-22189-FH, People versus Trevor Boss. We are here today for a pretrial conference. In this case, we are proceeding today by video conference. First, may I have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Ms. Williams.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Attorney General Clarissa Williams on behalf of the people.
Rhonda Underwood on behalf of Mr. Boss, Your Honor. I've spoken with Ms. Williams. Mr. Boss, I believe, made a payment this morning. How much did you pay, Mr. Boss?
I was only able to pay 200 because they only take cash down there, but going to the ATM after I leave here, and then put another 200 on. So it'll be 400 total today.
Okay. Thank you. Your Honor, I discussed this with Ms. Williams, and hopefully she would consent to an adjournment of 60 days. Mr. Boss has made fairly regular payments. I think he got locked out of the system, and that's why his last payment wasn't made
I
yet.
can help get back into that. I don't know how to get back into it.
So we would ask for a 60-day adjournment to continue payments in this, Your Honor, to see where we are as far as a type of plea that Mr. Boss may enter into.
Okay, Ms. Williams.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, so 60 days, let's go with July 16th at 8:15 a.m.
And I'd be happy to do the stipend adjournment, Your Honor.
Okay. So Mr. Boss, your next date is July 16th at 8:15 a.m.
Okay.
Okay.
So go back here, July 15th.
You can either come back in person as you did today, or if you want to attend by Zoom video conference.
How do I do that?
That too, the bailiff will give you information on how to do that.
Thank you.
I am also going to enter an order for fingerprints because my review of the file doesn't look like we have fingerprint information, so.
Okay. I was just in jail.
What's that?
I was just in jail. They got my fingerprint.
When was that?
Like, what, a month and a half ago?
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
But I can definitely do prints again.
Yeah,
No
so
deal.
you'll get a copy of that in the mail. Take the copy of that order to the Adrian Police Department and get it in there.
Okay.
And we'll be all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. So much, all right. Ms. Underwood, I also have Mr. Bowen. Are you going to need to speak to him? Ms. Underwood,
Yes,
do you need to speak to Mr. Bowen?
yes.
Mr. Bowen, I need you to start your video and then unmute your microphone.
Okay. Wasn't this? Okay. My phone is on. Your video is stopped. Sorry, Your Honor. I'm trying. What is? Oh, here we go. Wait, no, no.
Okay.
What?
Mr. Bowen, can you hear me?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm trying to. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it looks like you don't have a very good internet connection. I'm going to stop your video so that we can hear you better.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I'm at
And
work.
I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Ms. Underwood.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Mawad, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Knight?
Lines in a row.
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge. Sorry.
Mr. Knight, if you're there, I need you to start your video and unmute your device. All right, this is file 25-22188-FH People versus Harold Leroy Knight. We are here today for a pretrial hearing in this case and proceeding today by video conference. Can I first have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Mr. Bayanetto?
Alex Bayanetto for the people.
Your Honor, Elias Muad appearing on behalf of Mr.
And Mr. Mawad, where do we stand with Mr. Knight's case today?
Mr. Bayanetto, this is your case?
It's going to be Mr. Sneed's case. I'm just filling in for today.
Okay, so here's what I need to do. We've been missing each other about trying to resolve it, Judge. Mr. Knight's been a great client. Is there any way you can give me 2 to 3 weeks so I can email Mr. Sneed and we'd like to do it? It's been missing each other. It's not going to go to trial, Judge, based upon the facts of the case. It's going to resolve out. We just got to try to figure out how to resolve it out.
Mr. Bayanetto, is there anything we need to address from the people's side today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we could do June 18th at 8:15 a.m.
That should give us plenty of time for Mr. Sneed and I to discuss and get back to Mr. Knight and Mr. Knight and I to talk about it. It's fine.
Okay, so Mr. Mawad, would you do a stipulation in order for that adjournment to June?
I will,
18th
Judge.
at
Yeah.
8:15?
Alex, can I sign your name to it?
You can. Thank you.
Okay. Appreciate you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Knight. You can go ahead and log out. All right, Ms. Underwood, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Bowen?
I am, Your Honor. Thank you.
This is file 24-21987-FH People versus Daniel Don Bowen. We are here today for a pretrial conference in this case and proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, beginning with Ms. Williams for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Attorney General Clarissa Williams on behalf of the people.
Rhonda, for Mr. Bowen this morning, Your Honor.
And where we stand.
I've discussed this matter with Mr. Bowen and with Ms. Williams, Your Honor. Mr. Bowen is making regular payments to income withholding, but I explained to him that we would like to see this number come down some. Mr. Bowen is going to be able, within the next couple of weeks, to pay an additional $1,000 at this point. So I would ask that this matter be put out for 60 days, Your Honor, to see how much we can get Mr. Bowen to make some inroads in this, Your Honor, which is a very large arrearage, even though he is paying regularly.
Okay, Ms. Williams, anything you want to address?
Ms. Underwood and I spoke yesterday, and I, as she did just state, advised her that the arrears are very high, and an adjournment would only be justified if we can see that a substantial amount would be able to be paid within the next couple of weeks to get these arrears down. So with that said, I will agree to an adjournment at this time to see how much the defendant can pay toward those arrears to get them down, but they're over $52,000 at this point.
All right, I will adjourn this then to June 25th at 8:15 a.m.
June 25th, Your Honor.
Correct.
And I will be happy to do the stipend adjournment, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else we need to address with this case today?
Not today, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Bowen, you can go ahead and log out then.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Underwood, have you heard from Mr. Lake at all?
Let me check, Your Honor. I'll be right back.
All right. If there's someone in jail Zoom 1, the microphone is muted and the camera is not running right now. Can you call Jim? Mr. Dagger Margosian, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Miller? Okay. Mr. Miller, you want to come forward? This is this is file 25-22221-FH People versus Sean Kenneth Miller. We are here today for pretrial hearing this case and proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Mr. Bayoneto.
Alex Bayoneto for the people.
Good morning, Michael Dagger Margosian.
All right, and Mr. Dagger, where do we stand with Mr. Miller's case today?
Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Bayoneto yesterday. We are trying to reach a resolution in this case. The people need a little bit of time to review further discovery. So I guess I would ask the court for an adjournment. I think Mr. Bayoneto and I spoke about maybe a 30-day adjournment.
Okay, Mr. Bayoneto, anything to address from the people's side?
No, Your Honor, everything Mr. Dagger Margosian put forth was correct.
Okay, so 30 days, let's go with June 18th at 8:15 a.m. Mr. Daniel, would you do that stipulation?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else we need to address today?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think we're all set.
We don't get notice up here, correct? Like a paper notice?
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Fry, do you need to speak to Mr. Goble?
No, Your Honor.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. This is file 24-21915-FH, 24-21916-FH, and 25-22117-FC. People versus Michael Ronald Goble. We are here today for a pretrial conference in each of those cases and proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Ms. McClure.
Good morning, Your Honor. PB McClure on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Fry appearing on behalf of Pastor Michael Goble.
Okay, and where, Mr. Fry, do we stand with Mr. Goble's cases today?
Yes, Your Honor. I have spoken to Ms. McClure about this, as well as Ms. Clark, and we are wanting to set this for a jury trial, specifically on file 2522117FC. We did secure the dates for that. There would be a final pretrial on December 3rd at 8:15. And the jury trial would begin on December 9th at 9 a.m. And last a week. Looks like through December that we have dates through December 18th at 9 a.m. I don't know if we need that many dates, but I'll leave that up to Ms. McClure.
And Your Honor, the people did request a stipulation on files 25, request a consolidation, a stipulation to consolidate on files 2522117 and 24211916 FH. Mr. Fry indicated he would confer with his client and get back to me as to whether he would agree to consolidate those. If he does not, I'll be filing a motion to consolidate those two. And as for file ending in 24211915 FH, I would ask for a pretrial maybe in July and then see if we have a resolution on that file. And if we don't by then set it for a pretrial at the same time as a final pretrial on the other two cases.
That's agreeable with us.
Okay, so for the 24-21915 file, we can set that for a pretrial on July 16th at 8:15 a.m.
And if it's easier for the court, they can all be a pretrial that day, but
I think let's do that, and then maybe we'll have an update on the issue of whether the other two are going to be consolidated or not. So we'll just set them all three for a pretrial on July 16th. And for now, we'll set the 25 case for trial beginning on December 9th with a final pretrial on December 3rd. So the court will issue scheduling order with respect to the final pretrial and trial dates. Ms. McClure, would you do a stipulation in order for a pretrial on July 16th?
I will. And Mr. Fry, I'll present you with the stipulation to consolidate, and then if you don't stipulate, just let me know and I'll file my motion. But at least you'll have the stipulation ready just in case.
Yep, thank you. Send that over and I'll review it with Pastor Goebel.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else we need to address with these cases today?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing on behalf of the people, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Goebel, you can let the officer with you know that you're done with court for today. Ms. Underwood, did you have any luck contacting Mr. Lake? Ms. Underwood, you're muted. Mr. Goebel, you can let the officer with you know that you're done with court. Call that you.
I have every sheet of paper.
Ms. Underwood, have you had any contact with Mr. Lake?
Yes, Your Honor, and my apologies. There was supposed to be a waiver filed in this matter, Your Honor. So my apologies that did not get done. Mr. Lake is on the phone with me right now. So what I would ask is to waive the reading and
Let me call the case. This is file 25-22255-FH, People versus Richard Lewis Lake. We're here today for an arraignment in this case. We're proceeding by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Ms. Williams?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Attorney General Clarissa Williams on behalf of the people.
Rhonda Underwood on behalf of Mr. Lake, Your Honor.
I'm here.
All right, and my understanding is that you have Mr. Lake on the phone in your office. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Lake, can you hear the judge?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Can you hear Mr. Lake, Your Honor?
I was able to hear that. So does Mr. Lake wish to have the information read?
No, he would waive the reading. We would acknowledge receipt of the information and the request for discovery, Your Honor. Ask the court to enter a not guilty plea and set this matter down for pretrial.
I'll enter a not guilty plea for Mr. Lake. We can set this for a pretrial on June 25th at 8:15 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. That should give Mr. Lake time to build up his payment history. Thank you.
Is there anything else we need to address today, Ms. Underwood?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Williams?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Then you can go ahead and well, we're all set. I'm not sure if you have any other cases left.
I think Elliot, there's a Elliot on my schedule.
I do not have an Elliot, I don't believe.
Jeffrey
Maybe
Allen.
Judge Andrews.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Underwood, I have Mr. Garcia here. Do you need to talk to him?
One moment, please, Your Honor. Yes, I do need to talk to him.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Lake.
Goodbye. I'm here, so I must have Zoom, Your Honor, but I don't know how to Zoom.
Okay, if you'll step outside to there's an iPad right outside the door.
Okay.
I'll set you up with a breakout session. All right. Sergio, could you go turn on the camera for him and unmute the microphone?
Okay, then goes to, Ms. Underwood, correct?
It should, yeah, it should. All right, Mr. Garcia,
Oh,
you
yeah.
hear me?
Yes,
So
I can, yeah.
you're appearing in court right now, so this is just like you were in the courtroom, so you need to take the hat off and the
Oh, I'm
sunglasses.
sorry. I'm sorry.
The sunglasses too.
Oh. Class two, he said, yes. Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second, I'll put you in a breakout room with Ms. Underwood.
Okay, thank you. Okay, done. What? Join.
Hey, Judge, the show cause on Mr. Garcia was initiated yesterday, so he does not have a copy of it, but he is aware of the violation for this morning.
Okay. Are you Mr. Evans?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your attorney is working with another client right now. As soon as she's available, I'll have her talk to you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, could you call the jail for Mr. Faber?
I come here before he walks in.
Yeah, that's fine. Gate on the side too. You're aware. Okay, this is file 25-52501-PP, Kelsey Garcia versus Stephen Garcia. We are here today for a hearing on an alleged violation of personal protection order. We're proceeding today by video conference. Ms. York, Kelsey Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Underwood, do you want to place your appearance on the record?
Rhonda Underwood for Mr. Garcia, Stephen Garcia.
All right. In addition to the alleged probation or personal protection order violation, I do have an order to show cause which was signed yesterday. Mr. Garcia has bond conditions requiring him to test for substance use, and the allegation on that is that he tested positive for cocaine in a drug screen collected on May 4th, 2025. So we have that issue to address as well.
Your Honor, at this time, we finally got the police reports, and I've discussed them somewhat with Mr. Garcia. At this time, we would like to schedule an evidentiary hearing on these issues, Your Honor. Probably take about an hour.
All right, Ms. Clark, can we have a 1 hour evidentiary hearing date, please?
Thursday, May 22nd at 10 o'clock.
What was that date again, Your Honor?
It was May 22nd, and I'm sorry, Ms. Clark, what time was that?
10 a.m.
And we would ask that a not guilty plea be entered on the violation of bond conditions and that'd be addressed at the same time.
All right, Mr. Garcia, I see that Mr. Coast just handed you a document. Is that a copy of the motion affidavit in order to show cause?
Yes, sir. Yes, it does.
Do you understand that the allegation in that motion and affidavit is that you tested positive for cocaine in a drug screen collected on May 4, 2025?
Correct.
And
on my behalf.
Okay, I don't want you to say anything further about it.
Okay.
The maximum possible penalty for contempt of court, which is what violating bond conditions would be, is up to 93 days in jail or $7,500 in fines. Do you understand that?
Sir.
All right, Ms. Underwood has indicated that you would like to plead not guilty, so I'll enter a not guilty plea on the bond violation, and we'll set that for May 22nd at 10 a.m. as well.
What time is May 22nd? Because I also have another court date, May 22nd.
Oh, so it's at 10 a.m.
Okay, why are we having to adjourn this for the second time again?
We adjourned it the first time because Ms. Underwood wanted to collect some information. She has that information now.
Right.
I don't have time on my docket this morning to conduct a 1-hour hearing. And so we have to schedule it for a time that I do have that much time.
Even so, he's pleading not guilty to the pictures and the videos. Is that?
I don't know what you have in terms of evidence, but he's pled not guilty to violating the personal protection. And so the way I have to resolve that is to have the evidentiary. And that's going to take about an hour, which I don't have this morning.
I also do have another question.
Okay.
So I have the power of attorney over my grandfather, so that's also my property. I don't want to give that whole sheet in his hands.
Shame on you, you know that? Shame on you.
Mr. Garcia,
Sir, Mom was
Mr.
alive,
Garcia,
sir.
I'm not going to tolerate any outbursts. That's disruptive to the court.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And if you do it again, I'm going to hold you in contempt. And as I've previously stated to you, the penalty for contempt is up to 93 days in jail or $7,500 in fines.
And that is the problem. So how would I go about, showing that information?
I'm sorry, can you ask your question again?
Through Doug Harding, I have the power of attorney over my grandfather, so that's also my property. I'm not sure if he's trying to dismiss this PPO on the evidence that I have shown, but how do I go about showing that I own the property? I don't want that information in his possession.
That would require me to give you legal advice, which I'm not allowed to do. So what I suggest is that you contact an attorney and get the appropriate legal advice, because I can't offer that and help one side or another.
I understand. And I also asked if this can be off YouTube for confidential reasons.
All right. We will consider that for hearings going forward.
Thank you.
Sorry. Essentially done this hearing, so, but I will not put further hearings on YouTube. So the court will send out a scheduling order with respect to the May 22nd hearing at 10 a.m. So we are all set for today.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Sorry about that.
Okay, Ms. Underwood, to speak to Mr. Evans.
Yes, please, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Garcia, you're welcome to wait here for a few minutes.
I was about to.
Okay, let me set up that breakout. And Mr. Glazer, do you need to speak to Mr. Holbrook?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Fry, have you had any communication with Mr. Nimer?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Stop by his car.
This is file 24-21792-FH, 24-21872-FH, and 24-21873-FH. People versus Bailey Assad Nimer. We are here today for pretrial conferences in each of those cases, and we are proceeding today by video conference. First, let me ask the attorneys to place their appearance on the record, beginning with Mr. Bannon.
Alex Bayanetto for the people.
Brian Fry appearing for Bailey Nimer.
Okay, record should reflect this matter was set for hearing this morning at 8:15 a.m. It is now 9:12 a.m. Mr. Nimer is not present here in the courtroom, nor is he logged into the Zoom session. I have identified everyone in the Zoom waiting room, and he is not there, nor has he been there since we started this morning at about 8 a.m. Fry, is there anything you'd like to say with respect to Mr. Nimer at this time?
Your Honor, so I have not had any contact with Mr. Nimer. I know there's new felony charges in district court that have been put out, and Mr. Nimer failed to appear at some district court hearings for misdemeanor charges. So there's a bench warrant in those cases as well. I haven't had contact with Mr. Nimer, so I don't know if he knew about the hearing or not. Again, so I've had no context, so I have no further information other than that, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Bannon, anything you would like to address?
Your Honor, just reviewing Mr. Sneed's notes, it looks like Mr. Nimer maybe absconded from charges, I think, stemming back to January. I'd ask that a bench warrant be issued and a 48-hour hold not being put in place.
All right, this is, I don't think this is Mr. Nimer's first failure to appear in the case, and given the fact that he has failed to appear on other felony charges in district court cases, I don't think that the 48-hour waiting period would be appropriate. And so I'm going to find that he's failed to appear, issue bench warrants for that failure to appear. I will set bond on the bench warrants in the amount of $25,000 cash or surety in each file.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and Ms. Underwood, did you have your breakout session with Mr. Evans, or did that not?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there. Let me try that once more. And Mr. Fry, I did have Mr. Watson Clark on earlier, and he had been in the waiting room, but I don't see him there now. Have you heard anything?
Yeah, sorry, Your Honor. I tried to chat message you about that, but he he came to my office, so he's at my office now, so we're ready whenever.
Oh, all right. Okay, let's do that one then. So this is file 25-22230-FH, People versus Anthony Wayne Watson Clark. We are here today for a pretrial conference in this case and proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearance on record, beginning with Mr. Banetto.
Alex Bayanetto for the people.
Brian Fry for Anthony Watson Clark, who is seated next to me.
And Mr. Fry, where do we stand with Mr. Watson Clark's case today?
Your Honor, there are ongoing discussions with the prosecutor, and we're both trying to figure some details regarding this case out. We would ask for a little bit more time to be able to do that. So, if the court could adjourn this a month or so, that'd be our request.
All right, Mr. Bayonet, anything to address from the people's side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, let's go with June 25th at 8:15 a.m. Mr. Fry, would you do that stipulation in order for adjournment, please?
Yes, I can prepare that. Mr. Bagnetto, could I sign your name to that stipulation order with permission?
You can, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're all set on this one then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see, Mr. Glazer, you ready to proceed with Mr. Holbrook?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Is file 25-22253-FH People versus Daniel Edward Holbrook. We are here today for a pretrial conference in this case, and we are proceeding today by video conference. First, I have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Mr. Bayonet.
Alex Bayonet for the people.
John Glazer on behalf of Mr. Gosh, I forgot his last name, Holbrook.
All right, and all right. I'm sorry, this is actually an arraignment in this case. So, Mr. Glazer, does Mr. Holbrook wish to have the information?
We'd waive the reading of the information. Your Honor, acknowledge receipt of that and the attached witness list and request for discovery. My client's going to enter a plea not guilty at this time, Your Honor. I would ask if we could set this for pretrial maybe next week if possible. And we'd ask if we could make a condition of his bond that he could be released to an inpatient program. He needs drug counseling, Your Honor. It's my intent to, hopefully I can get him into a program before we come back, but it shouldn't take too long. The other thing I want to look into is whether he qualifies for drug court or not. And I've tried to call the probation officer a couple times and we keep missing each other, but I'd like to see if I could get him into the drug court program, and that requires usually an inpatient program to begin with anyway. So that was my hopes, and so I think if we adjourn it a week, I should have those answers, and maybe I can get him into a program before then, if the court would allow him to be released to a program as part of his bond.
All right, Mr. Bayonet, anything you want to address from the people's side?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't see anything in Ms. McClure's notes about any objections to drug court. So I think perhaps a screening of that might, of whether or not the defendant is eligible for that, might be appropriate. My only concern would be releasing him prior to finding out if he is going to be eligible for drug court or not. I'm looking at Mr. Holbrook's history right now, and it looks like he has a long history of substance abuse, which obviously would be pertinent for drug court. However, there also was an absconding charged just a few years ago. So I think before we amend bond, I think we should get a little clearer direction on where this case is headed. So that would be our request, Your Honor.
Okay, I will enter a not guilty plea for Mr. Holbrook. I'll set this for a pretrial next week, May 21st at 8:15 a.m. And I'm not going to modify the bond today, but I would be willing to consider that, Mr. Glazier, once we have a little bit more information on his qualifications for the drug court program.
Yeah, Your Honor, my only thinking, and I understand my only thinking is that whether he gets into drug court or not, I need to get him into a program. But I can maybe get it arranged so at the next hearing, he can go right in, or at least know a date when he can go in by.
Okay. All right, so we'll see you back then next week on the 21st at 8:15.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Holbrook, you can let the officer with you know that you're done with court for today.
All right, thank you, sir.
Are we still on on Zoom, Your Honor?
We are, yes.
All right. I was just going to ask if you saw the Tigers game last night.
I did not.
But you should check it out. It was an incredible game. I'll see you later. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's see, Ms. Underwood, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Evans?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
So this is file 25-22174-FH, People versus Jason Allen Lee Evans. We're here today for a pretrial conference in this case. And we're proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Mr. Bayanetto?
Alex Bayanetto for the people.
Ron Underwood for Mr. Evans this morning, Your Honor.
And where do we stand with Mr. Evans' case today?
Your Honor, there's just one more issue that Mr. Evans and I are discussing. I think this can be resolved with one more short pretrial, Your Honor.
Mr. Bayanetto, anything to address from the people's side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, let's go with June 4th at 8:15 a.m.
And I will be more than happy to do the stipend order with Mr. Bayanetto's permission.
You can, thank you.
Okay. I'm also going to do an order for fingerprints. We don't have fingerprint information in this file, so I'll have that in place and hopefully we can get that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, will we need an in-person writ then so we can get him here to do fingerprints, or will that be able to be accomplished where he's at?
Yeah, we won't necessarily need an in-person writ for the next hearing. We'll see if it can get done where he's at, and if not, assuming there's a plea, if we get to a sentencing, we'll bring him in person for the sentencing and get him done.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Evans, you can let the officer with you know that you're done with court for today.
You have a good day, sir.
Thank you, you too. Okay, Mr. Malero, do you need to speak to Ms. Taylor?
I do not, Your Honor.
Ms. Underwood, I have Mr. Ryan here. Do you need to speak to him?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Do you need to speak to Davy and Ryan?
Did you say you have Mr. Ryan here?
Yes. Do you need to speak to him?
Yes. No, I don't need to speak to him.
Okay, let me do Ms. Taylor first. Is file 25-22103-FH, People versus Ruth Ann Taylor. We are here today for a pretrial conference in this case and proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, beginning with Mr. Vanetto?
Alex Bayanetto for the people.
Your microphone did not work very well there, Mr. Malero.
How about, is it working now?
That works.
Okay. Salvatore Malero on behalf of Ruth Taylor.
Okay, and Mr. Malero, where are we with Ms. Taylor's case?
Your Honor, we're going to ask to adjourn this one time. Ms. Taylor's been trying to get me some information in the form of video that would be considered, I think, help on resolving this case. And then Ms. Taylor and I spoke yesterday. She also has a medical problem that she's trying to resolve. So that's the basis for my request to adjourn. I think 30 days would probably be sufficient.
All right, we're at 128 days since bind over. Case is not resolved at the next pretrial, then I would be setting it for trial at that time.
Understood, Your Honor.
We'll set this for June 25th at 8:15 a.m.
That's fine, Judge.
Mr. Malero, would you do the stipulation in order for that adjournment?
Yes, I will do that, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, we're all set then. Ms. Taylor, you can go ahead and log out.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Honor. Now I got to figure out how to do it. Need to log me out. No. Thank you. Okay, so it should go off on its own.
Mr. Malero, will you need to speak to Ms. Julia Eichenberg?
Actually, Judge, we were trading phone calls yesterday. Yes, I would need to speak with her.